I don't know if I'd call this a mod, but a fire extinguisher in the car. Now, I'm not sure if you guys already know this, but I have a full Novec 360 fire suppression unit in the car. I'll show you that in a second here. But I have 3 like little extinguisher nozzles in the engine bay and 2 inside the car, and all I do is press a button and the whole thing deploys. But I've always wanted to do like a handheld, because just in case someone's got trouble, like if I don't blow my engine, someone else does at the track or at the canyons, I can help them out, right? So my buddy Brian actually blew his engine at the track and his whole engine bay caught fire. And he had one of these and he was able to extinguish the fire with just one of these. But he barely put it out until this thing ran out. And that's why I have a full fire suppression unit inside the car. So another story was at the recent Toyo shoot after SEMA, Anatalia's car caught fire, and I had to do all sorts of gymnastics to run to get, you know, one of these fire extinguishers to one of our safety guys. But she put it out with like a bunch of like water cups and stuff. But you know, in situations like that, and you don't have a fire extinguisher and you don't have people around with water, what do? You just watch your car burn, right? So we spend tens and thousands of dollars on these stupid cars, and we don't want to spend $500 on a fire extinguisher. It's like the stupidest thing ever. And I always think, like, why don't OEMs put fire extinguishers in the car? Like, seriously, we're sitting on a fuel tank that could explode. Makes no sense, but we have spare tires. So yeah, I think maybe in the next 20 years, people will start putting fire extinguishers in cars from the factory. But till then, we got to add it ourselves. And there are different types of fire extinguishers. So don't just go on eBay and buy yourself a fire extinguisher, because they're all different from like the internal. So they look the same on the outside, but the internals, like the chemicals. So this is a Novec chemical. So the Novec suppression stuff is safe to inhale. So just in case you like accidentally deploy it, it's okay to inhale. Some chemicals aren't, and the Novec stuff is good for electronics. Like, it doesn't do anything to electronics. It doesn't mess it up. Some suppression, I guess, chemicals will corrode your like electrical stuff, like your chips and your wiring and all this stuff. And yeah, you might have saved the car and then you saved yourself, but now you have to replace all the electrical components. So yeah, that kind of sucks. That's why I use the Novec stuff from Lifeline. And this is actually not that expensive. I think it was like less than $500. So yeah, it's always nice to have a fire suppression or fire extinguisher in the car. Let me show you my suppression real quick. So you open the door here and you'll see way back there, I know it's not in focus, I'm gonna show you in a minute, there's a bottle. So if we go around here, and I'll show you, let's see, get the camera over there. That right there is my main suppression bottle, and it's hardwired or hard lined into the whole car. So you see these nicely made tubes. This took me forever. It goes all the way through the car, right? All the way through. And then there are 2 nozzles, one right here and one on the other side. Okay, the purpose of a fire suppression unit is for you to get away from the car when there's a fire. It's not actually to save the car. That's just the secondary part, but it's mainly for you so you don't burn. And then over here, this is the ECU bottle, ECU bottle controller. So that right there arms the unit. And then this right here will test it, make sure the battery is good. I always just put it in the middle because, you know, people mess around with the switches. This is the switch right here. So if I press this, and if it's not armed, it's not gonna do anything. It'll just flash. So look at this. I'm gonna press it and it's gonna flash green. That means the system is good and ready to go. Now on the engine bay side, let me show you this. I have another one right here. And again, this is Novec, so if something happens and I deploy by accident, it's not gonna hurt the car. It actually deploys clear and you won't have any issues. I gotta remove my safety hook. If you guys are wondering what the safety hook is, it's just in case I forget to close those stupid bobbins. So in the car, we got one nozzle right there. We got another one right here, and then another one right here. You always wanna triangulate your engine just in case something happens. So there you go. Where am I gonna put this bottle? I'm thinking I'm gonna put the bottle somewhere where it's easily accessed. So I'm probably gonna put it somewhere here, closest to the inside, so it doesn't get in the way of the driver or the passenger. And we're just gonna rib nut it to the floor pan. Let's go. So I was thinking of putting it on the passenger seat right here by the footwell, but I feel like it's gonna be really tight for the passenger if I do have a passenger. So I'm just gonna put it back here instead. So I'm gonna face it like this. So if I need to, I just gotta pop in here and then grab it and pull it out this way. You'll see what I mean here once I pop it on, but as you can see, there are little holes right here for the brackets. So you're just gonna riv nut to the floor and then put an M6 bolt and we should be ready to go. This is so easy, dude. I got a center punch. Hi. Yep, I just dented my floor pan, no going back. And here you go. We're gonna start off with a semi-small drill. Feel under too, make sure there's nothing under there, which there isn't. Dude, it's crazy how thin these things are. It's literally just sheet metal. You guys know my channel already. We're gonna be using riv nuts. These guys right here, this is the riv nut setter. If you guys haven't seen my videos on it, I got a billion videos on riv nuts. These guys, see that? Look how cool that is. All right, make sure you get the right size because these do have different depths depending on the sheet metal you're using. All right, now we're just gonna drill this bigger. Okay, make sure that the rib nuts fit. One more. Don't over drill these, trust me. You're not gonna have a good day if you over drill these, because the rib nuts won't grab. It helps if you rock the drill bit side to side, just to give you an extra bite. There you go. Okay. Get your rag, wipe it down. This is just to grab all the shards. I'm not like grabbing them. Now we're gonna use one of these right here, countersink tool, just to clean it up a little bit. Pretty. Now we take our riv nut setter, drop it in there, and then lay this guy in. Make sure you just do it enough to where it's snug. Too loose and it won't grab. See that? So this is why it's really important to get the proper riv nut and not the wrong size. Wrong size meaning if you get a riv nut for thick metal, once you compress it, it's not going to grab to the thin metal because it'll compress to this much, but the metal thickness is actually like this, so it's just going to move around. So you got to get the right size. Okay. Oh, nothing there. And if you're curious how this installs, you just take this and you twist it on. All right. I've done a billion videos about riv nuts. Go back, I think I posted one before SEMA. I know you guys are probably tired of it, but there are a lot of followers on this channel that are brand new that have never seen it, so that's why I do them quite often. Okay. At the same time, I'm kind of bending the floor pan, so it's kind of plumbed using the tool right here. So this needs to go up a little bit. These are like the details that you really gotta hit. Some of you guys might not care about this stuff, but I'm a stickler when it comes to doing things nice as possible. I do take time to do these installs, so what would take someone like 2 seconds to do this, you don't even have to do rib nuts for these. You could put a nut in the bottom and then grab it that way. And then since this is countersunk right here, I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Let me see if I could show you closer. See that right there? It's countersunk. We're going to use a countersunk bolt. This is a countersunk bolt. See that? 90-degree countersink or countersunk. Lay it down right there. Actually, I brought some spacers just in case this needs spacers, so it's not sitting funky on the floor. I'm gonna try it out and see if it works. If you're curious where I got all the hardware from, I got it from this site called McMaster Car. There you go. Get our Allen wrench. Allen wrench. Oh, the spacers actually work. So beauty. Okay. I might need a bigger, longer bolt, TBH. But solid enough. Take our fire extinguisher, whichever way you want it. Drop it in here. A little neck holder bent in a little bit. There you go. And then put your clamp. You need to use it. Just pull this pin all the way out, pop this thing out, and you're good to go. So yeah, this is the little clamp that goes on there. I'm gonna put this on after, but just wanted to show you guys how easy this is to work with. So here's the final install. We got the security bands right there and right there. And then the spacer on the bottom really helped it kind of pop off a little bit. And then it's nicely centered there and there, here, forward and back. Now, if you do need to access this, all you need to do is pull the pin right here, this guy, just yank it. Don't undo these first. And then pop that and pop that. And you just lift and then take it out of the car. I know someone's gonna say, why do you need 2 fire extinguishers since you already have one in the car? Or even better, why do you need a fire extinguisher? Like nothing really happens. Well, it's not that nothing happens. It's because you'd rather have it than not need it, than need it and not have it. So that right there is my fire suppression for the car itself. But obviously I can't remove that to help someone if they're on fire. And this guy, that's what the purpose is for. So if someone's on fire, I can use that, put out their fire, or if I need more suppression, I can use that. On top of this guy right here. And I also have one of these. I'm not sure if you guys have ever used the element sticks, but a lot of people say they're useless. That was my first suppression. And I was just like, you know what? I need a real one. So I got this one. Then after seeing other people on fire at the canyons and the track, I was like, you know what? I need a spare just in case. You can never be too safe, man. Look at all this work that you put onto the car, right? All the fancy parts, all the expensive JDM stuff, all this work could just go up in flames because you didn't want to spend $200–300 on a freaking fire extinguisher.